Hello, good day class. In this learning session, you are able to explain and apply the zero product property, solve quadratic equation by factoring, show patience in solving quadratic equation by factoring. Today, our lesson is about solving quadratic equations by factoring. We will have first this review, solving quadratic equation by extracting square root. Our task is to solve using the square root method. If the equation has no real solution, write no real solution. So here are the equations. Number 1, b squared minus 36 equals 0. Number 2, a squared equals minus 60 equals 21. Number 3, the square of the quantity x minus 6 equals 25. So I'll show you the solution for solving equation 1, 2, and 3. So here, let's start equation number 1, b squared minus 36 equals 0. Using the extracting square root, the constant must be placed in the right side of the equation. So here we will transfer negative 36 to the right side of the equation. So the left side becomes b squared equals 36. So this is 36. So this becomes positive because we transfer uh, we transfer 36 from the left side to the right side. And then we can now apply the square root method. So we need to square root both sides of the equation. So this becomes positive negative square root of 36. So we have, so here, this is b equals positive, negative. What is the square root of 36? That is 6. Yes. So the answer is B equals positive, negative 6. So there are two solutions, the positive 6 and negative 6. Next, number 2, a squared minus 60 equals 21. Again, we are going to put negative 60 to the right side of the equation. So a squared equals 21 plus 60. So the sign was changed because we transfer negative 60 from left side to the right side. So the sign was changed. Then a squared, simplify 21 plus 60, so that is 81. So we have, then apply the square root method. A squared, square root both side, equals positive negative square root of 81. Okay, so we have a equals, what is the square root of 81? Okay, yes, that is positive negative 9. So our solution, or the two solutions are positive 9 and negative 9. Next, let's proceed to item number 3. The equation is the square of the quantity x minus 6 equals 25. So in this case, our left side of the equation is already written in a square or square of a binomial. So we can directly use the or apply the square root method. So we will square root both sides of the equation. So x minus 6 squared, then square root equals, then positive negative square root of 25. Then this cancelled out. So x minus 6 equals, what is the square root of 25? So that is positive negative 5. Then we will solve for x. So x here must be in the left side of the equation. So we will transfer negative 6. So if we transfer 6, that becomes positive. Okay, so this is 6. Again, from from left side to right side, the sign will change. So this becomes positive. Then copy positive 6 plus minus 5. So our x sub 1 is 6 plus 5, that is 11. Then our x sub 2, second value of x, is 6 minus 5 is 1. So there are two solutions, or there are two values of x, 11 and positive 1. Before we learn the factoring method for solving quadratic equation, let us first master factoring polynomial expressions. Observe the different quadratic expressions. In number 1 and 2, here, we see only the quadratic term and the constant term. In number 3, there is both a linear term and a quadratic term. In number 4 and 5, all are present, or all terms are present. Quadratic term, linear term, and constant term. So therefore, we can use different methods to find the factors of this polynomial. To factor the polynomial in number 1, 2x squared minus 8, we start by examining the numerical coefficient and variables in each term to determine the greatest common factor, or GCF. The GCF in this case is, okay, very good, that is 2. Okay, once you have identified the GCF, it becomes one of the factors of the polynomial 2x squared minus 8. So this is 1. To find the second factor, we are going to divide the GCF from each term. So we have 2x squared divided by 2, that is equal to x squared. Then negative 8 divided by 2, that is equal to negative 4. Okay, so the second factor is x squared minus 4. Next, observe that the second factor, x squared minus 4, can be factored further into the quantity, copy this one first, the quantity x plus 2 times the quantity of x minus 2. Why? Because it represents a difference of squares. So you can verify your factors by using the FOIL method to check if their product equals the original polynomial. Okay, let's have this example. Let's use the FOIL method. We will check 2x plus 2, x minus 2. So we will multiply this, copy first. So x squared minus 2x, then positive 2x here, then that is negative 4. Okay. Next two, if we're going to combine these two terms here, the result is, yes, that is 0. So we have, so the remaining terms, x squared and negative 4. Then multiply this one, distributive property, 2x squared, then times 2 times negative 4, that is equal to negative 8. Okay, that's equal to the original polynomial. To factor the polynomial expression 90 squared minus 4, we start by recognizing that this expression is a difference of square. Why it is a difference of square? Because 9 is a perfect square, t squared is a perfect square, and 4 is also a perfect square. So the difference of squares formula, let us recall, this is the difference formula or the difference square formula, a square minus b squared. If we can factor this by a plus b times the quantity of a minus b. Okay, so in this case, 90 squared is the square of 3t, and 4 is the square of 2. So we can write the expression into 3t squared minus 2 squared. So the factors, the factor of this expression, or by applying the difference of square formula to factor the expression, we have 3t plus 2 times the quantity of 3t minus 2. So, therefore, these are the factors of the given polynomial expression. Again, the quantity of 3t plus 2 and the quantity of 3t minus 2 are factors of 90 squared minus 4. To factor the polynomial expression 4x plus 20x squared, we begin by identifying the greatest common factor of the terms. In this case, the GCF is, what is the GCF? Yes, correct. That is 4x. Since both terms share a factor of 4 and at least 1x. Okay, here, you can see here, 4 and at least 1x. Then, once you've determined the GCF, factor it out from the expression. Okay, so again, your GCF is one of your factors. So we have 4x. And to get the second factor, we are going to divide the GCF, which is here 4x. I-divide na we divide each term to the GCF. So we have 4x divided by 4x. That is 1. Okay. Then positive 20x squared divided by 4x. That is positive 5x. Okay. Therefore, the factored form of the polynomial 4x plus 20x squared is 4x times the quantity of 1 plus 5x. To factor the polynomial expression, as squared plus 8s plus 12, we start by identifying two numbers that multiply to a constant term 12 and add up to the coefficient of the linear term, which is equal to 8. Again, think of two numbers that multiply to 12 and add to 8. So, what are the two numbers? Okay, very good. These numbers can be 6 and 2. If we multiply this one, 6 times 2, that is equal to 12. If we add the two numbers, 6 plus 2, that is positive 8. Correct. Then, how do we factor? Or what are the factors? So, the factors are S plus 6, then S plus 2. Again, the factors of S squared plus 8S plus 12 equals the quantity of S plus 6 times the quantity of S plus 2. Take note, class, that the leading coefficient of the quadratic term is 1. In number 5, polynomial expression, what is the leading coefficient? Leading coefficient is 2. In the previous example class in number 4, what is the leading coefficient? Yes, the leading coefficient is 1. 4 and 5 examples are all the terms are given, right? The quadratic term, the linear term, and the constant term. Here, class, in this case, if the leading coefficient or the coefficient of the quadratic term is greater than 1, first, in order to factor the polynomial expression like this, we must multiply the leading coefficient to the constant term. So the constant term is negative 14. Then if we are going to multiply, what is the product? Yes, negative 28. Next, we are going to find two numbers that when we multiply these two numbers, the result is negative 28. And if we add the two numbers, the result is positive 3. What are the two numbers? Again, if we multiply the two numbers, the result is negative 28. If we add them, the result is positive 3. Then what are the two numbers? Yes, the two numbers are positive 7 and negative 4. Correct. Here, we can now find the factors of this polynomial expression. So the first and the second factors. So we have x, no. We have, so again, reminders, if the leading coefficient is greater than 1, take note, you have to copy this one to x in each factor, then 2x here. Then use the two numbers, positive 7, then here negative 4. Again, and again, 2x here, you just copy to each factors. Then we are going to divide this one to 2. Yes, 2. Here, this is the shortcut way. Then after that, divide. Okay, examine the two factors. Which factor can be factored? Okay, asa man ani diri? 2x plus 7 or 2x minus 4? Yes. Look at the two terms of each factors. Yes, here, 2x minus 4. We can, so copy 2x plus 7. Then, we can factor this. Their greatest common factor is 2. 2 times, to get the other factor, divide 2x divided by 2, that is x. Then, negative 4 divided by 2, that is negative 2. Then, divide by 2, copy. Then, canceled out. 2 divided by 2, that is 1. So, we have, so the two factors are 2x plus 7 times the quantity of x minus 2. You can check this class using the FOIL method. We can have this one. Let us check. 2x plus 7 times the quantity of x minus 2. We have 2x times x, 2x squared. Then 2x times negative 2, that is negative 4x. Then positive 7 times x, positive 7x. Then positive 7 times negative 2, that is negative 14. Then combine like terms. So we have 2x squared, then copy the sign of the bigger number, subtract. So that is 3x, copy x, minus 4, 14. Okay, so look at the product. The product is equal to or the same to the original polynomial expression. Some quadratic equations can be solved easily by factoring. To solve such quadratic equations, the following procedure can be followed. How to use factoring method in solving quadratic equation. So here are the steps. First, write the equation in standard form. Second, factor the quadratic expression. Third, use the zero product property by setting each factor of the quadratic expression equal to 0. Fourth, solve each resulting equation. Then 5, check the values of the variable obtained by substituting each in the original equation. What is zero product property? Zero product property, if the product of two real numbers is 0, then either of the two is equal to 0, or both numbers are equal to 0. So we will use this concept class in order to solve quadratic equation by factoring method. I'll show you some examples on how to solve the quadratic equations by factoring and apply the zero product property. So please be with me and follow what I did, and so that you can learn. Okay, let us start. To solve this quadratic equation, first quadratic equation, 2 times the quantity of x plus 1 times the quantity of x minus 3 equals 0. This is already written in factored form. This polynomial, or in the left side of the equation, already written in factored form. So we will proceed to step number 3. So step number 3 is applying the zero product property. We will equate each factor to 0. So we have 2 equals 0. So in this case, 2 is not equal to 0, right? So we cannot, or we can, yes, we cannot consider this one, this factor. Then proceed to the other factor. So x plus 1 equals 0. Then the other factor is x minus 3 equals 0. Again, we apply the zero product property. Then, number 4 step, that is solve the resulting equations. So there are two equations here. Sige, we have x equals, this is negative 1 by applying the uh, subtraction property of equality. Next, here, or the shortcut way, transposition method, we can have the x must be in the, must alone here in the left side because we're solving the value of x. Then positive 1, we transfer this to the right side, so the sign becomes negative. Okay, here the other equation. So x is, yes, positive 3, or you 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 can just eliminate the sign positive. Automatic, if there is no sign, that is positive. So what are the values of x here? Negative 1 and positive 3. Then step number 5, we are going to check if our solution or our values of x can satisfy the original equation. So we must check our result. So 2, we will uh, change we will substitute the value of x to negative 1. So negative 1 plus 1 times the quantity of negative 1 minus 3, is it equal to 0? So that is 2. Negative 1 plus 1, that is 0. Additive inverse, negative 1, so negative 4. Is it equal to 0? Okay, so 2 times 0, 0. Then times negative 4, that's equal to 0. So 0 equals 0. So negative 1 can satisfy the given equation. So therefore, negative 1 is one of the solutions of the quadratic equation. Another, how about negative 3? Let us check. So we have 2 times the quantity of, 3 plus 1 times the quantity of 3 minus 3. Is it equal to 0? Okay, so we have 2, 3 plus 1, so 4. Then 3 minus 3, that is 0. Is it equal to 0? Yes, that is equal kay 2 times 4 times 0, that is 0. That is 0 is equal to 0. Correct. So 3 can satisfy the original equation. So therefore, our solutions or our values of x or our roots of the quadratic equation 2 times the quantity of x plus 1 and times the quantity of x minus 3 equals 0 are negative 1 and positive 3. Number 2 equation, x squared plus 18x plus 81 equals 0. To solve this equation, step number 1, arrange into standard form. This is already written in standard form, right? Then, what is the leading coefficient? Yes, the leading coefficient is 1. Okay, then we are going to factor. The next step, factor. So find two numbers. The two numbers are factors of 81. So what are the factors of 81, class? That if you add the two factors, that is equal to positive 18. Yes, the factors are 9 and 9. So we can factor this now. We can directly factor. So x plus 9, x plus 9 equals 0. Then apply the zero product property, x plus 9 equals 0. So we will write only one equation because the two factors are the same. So the solution is only 1. So x is equal to negative 9. Okay, here. Step number 5 is checking. You check if negative 9 is correct solution. So this is you can do the checking. This is your task to check if this value negative 9 can satisfy the quadratic equation. Okay, in number 3, quadratic equation 5x squared plus 10x equals 0, you can see only two terms, the quadratic term and the linear term. To factor this expression in the left side, let's consider the GCF, the greatest common factor. So what is the greatest common factor of the two terms? Yes, that is 5x. Then, to get the other factor or the second factor, we divide each uh, term to the GCF. So, 5x squared divided by 5x, that is x. Then, 10x divided by 5x, that is 2. So, we have equals 0 here. Then, this is already written in factored form. So, we can now apply the zero product property. So, equate each factor to 0. Then, x plus 2 equals 0. Then, to eliminate 5 here in the left side of the equation, so we divide both sides the equation by 5. Okay. So, x is equal to 0 divided by 5. So that is equal to 0. Very good. Then the other equation, let's solve. So x equals, transfer positive 2 to the right side. So this becomes negative 2. Negative 2. Okay, now the last step, we're going to check if this is x is 0. So 0 times 0. Then multiply it by 5, so the result is still 0. Then 10 times 0, that is 0. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So x equals 0 is the solution, or 0 is the solution of this quadratic equation. And how about negative 2? So let us check. So 5 times negative 2 squared, then positive 10 times negative 2, is it equal to 0? Oh yeah, 5 times 4. Okay, negative 2 times negative 2, that is positive 4. Then positive 10 times negative 2, that is negative 20. Is it equal to 0? Yes. 20 minus 20, 0. So 20 minus 20, that is 0, right? So 0 is equal to 0. Okay. In number 4 quadratic equation, x squared plus 1 equals 2x. This equation is not written in standard form. So we need to transform this to standard form. So we have uh, x squared. So we'll transfer this to the left side of the equation. So this becomes negative 2x plus 1 equals 0. So positive 1 still positive, kay still in the, this number is still in the left side of the equation. So the sign does not change. Only the 2x, the sign of 2x. Okay, here, this is already written in standard form, so we can now factor the polynomial. So what are the factors? So since the three terms are, you can see the three terms. So we have factor, and then the leading coefficient is 1. So what are the factors of positive 1? When you factor the two, or when you add the two numbers equals to negative 2. So what are the two numbers? Yes, negative 1 and negative 1. If we multiply these two numbers, negative 1 times negative 1, that is positive 1. Remember, when multiplying negative numbers, all negative, the result is positive. When the operation is multiplication, when the operation is, or we combine this one, when we combine, if we add these two numbers, the result is negative 2. What's the rule? We just copy the sign, then add. Okay, so we will use these two numbers to get the two factors. So we have x minus 1, then x minus 1. Then equate each factor to 0, x minus 1 equals 0. Then the other factor is still the same. So this, it has only one equation. So x is equal to 1. So there is only one solution. So we will check if positive 1 is a solution or can satisfy the quadratic equation x squared plus 1 equals 2x. So we have replace us, substitute 1 squared plus 1 equals 2 times 1. Again, we substitute the value of 1 here to x. Then 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, 2 times 1, 2. So 1 plus 1, is it equal to 2? Yes, equal to 2. So 1 is the root of the quadratic equation x squared plus 1 equals 2x. Now I'll show you the solution of item number 5. The equation is 3x squared minus x minus 5 equals x squared plus 3x plus 1. Okay, so the equation is not yet written in standard form. So we need to transform this to standard form. So all the terms here in the right side, we're going to transfer this to the left side so that our right side is equal to 0. Next, transfer, group all quadratic terms. So 3x squared, then negative x squared. Here, with this is negative because we transfer from right side to left side. Then we group all linear term, negative x, then negative 3x. Then here, group also all the constant term, negative 5, negative 1 equals 0. Next, combine like or similar terms. So this becomes 3 minus 1, that is 2x squared. Then negative x minus 3x. So like signs, we are combining like signs. So we just copy the sign, then add. So this is 1, 1 plus 3. So this is 4x. Then again, combine like signs. So copy negative, then add. So that is 6 equals 0. So this is now the quadratic equation, but when you examine the all the terms, they have common factor. So what is the common factor of the three terms? Yes, that is 2. The GCF is 2. What we're going to do, we simplify this equation. Simplify. So how? By dividing each term to the GCF. So we have 2x squared minus 4x minus 6 divide by 2 equals 0 divided by 2. So we have 2x squared divided by 2, that is x squared. Negative 4 divided by 2, that is negative 2x. Then negative 6 divided by 2, that is negative 3 equals 0. So this one, or this equation, is already the simplified form of the original equation. And it is also already written in standard form. The next is we're going to solve this equation. Now let us solve x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. We have, uh, you can see the three terms, the quadratic term, the linear term, and the constant term. To factor this one, we need the two numbers. So what are the two numbers? When you multiply them, the result is negative 3. And when you add, the result is negative 2. So what are the two numbers? So the two numbers are negative 3 and positive 1. Again, negative 3 times 1, that is negative 3. Then if we are going to combine negative 3 plus positive 1, so we are combining unlike sign. So what is the rule of combining unlike sign? This is positive. So we copy the sign of the bigger number, then subtract. So copy negative here, then 3 3 minus 1, that is 2. So that is the coefficient of the linear term. Okay, then the two factors are x minus 3, x plus 1 equals 0. So this is now the quadratic equation in factored form. Then, so next is step number 3. We're going to apply the zero product property. So x minus 3 equals 0. Equate each factor to 0. So x plus 1 equals 0. Then solve the resulting equation. So we have x is equal to positive 3 and x is equal to negative 1. Next, we're going to check if if the values of x can really satisfy the given equation. So we have from the original equation. So the original equation is 3x squared minus x minus 5 equals x squared plus 3x plus 1. 3 times 3, we will use x is equal to 3. Next, squared minus 3 minus 5, is it equal to 3 squared plus 3 times 3 plus 1. So we have, let's write here, 3 times 3, so that is 9 is 9 minus, if we are going to combine negative 3 and negative 5, so copy the sign, then add 5 plus 3, that is 8. So is that equal to 9? 3 squared, that is 9. 3 times 3, 9 plus 1, that is plus 9. Oh no, 10. This is 10. Erase. Again, 3 times 3, that is equal to 9. Then plus 1, that is 10. Okay. So, 3 times 9, that is 27, minus 8. Is it equal to 19? 27 minus 8 is 19 equals 19. Correct? Yes, correct. So therefore, 3 is a solution of the given quadratic equation. 3x squared minus x minus 5 equals x squared plus 3x plus 1. Next, we're going to check if x equals to negative 1. So we have 3x squared minus x. So this is the original equation. X squared plus 3x plus 1. Then we're going to substitute the value of x, which is equal to negative 1 squared minus erase. This is negative minus negative 1 minus 5. Is it equal to negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1 plus 1. Okay, so 3, negative 1 times negative 1, that is equal to 1. Then negative times negative 1. So we have positive 1. Again, we multiply negative times negative, positive 1. Then copy negative 5. Is it equal to 1? Negative 1 times 1, that is equal to 1. Then positive 3 times negative 1, that is equal to negative 3. Again, 3 times negative 1, that is negative 3, plus 1. Next, 3 times 1, that is 3, plus 1. Here, we will combine here. Again, 3 times 1, 3. Yeah, positive 1 times negative 5, that is negative 4. Copy the sign of the bigger number, then subtract. So, is it equal to, this is combined here, 2. So, 2 minus 3. So, again, 3 minus 4, that is negative 1. Here also, 2 minus 3, that is negative 1. So, negative 1 is equal to negative 1. Okay, so the equation, the left side of the equation and the right side are equal. So, therefore, negative 1 negative 1 can satisfy the given equation. So, the solution of 3x squared minus x minus 7 equals x squared plus 3x plus 1, or uh, positive 3 and negative 1. For equation number 6, 3x squared minus 11x equals 4. This is the solution. Okay, so we will transform this first to standard form. So the standard form is 3x squared minus 11x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, so the three terms are there in the left side of the equation. So we are apply this rule. We multiply the leading coefficient to the constant term because the leading coefficient is greater than 1. So we have 3 times negative 4, that is equal to negative 12. Negative 12. Then you're going to find two numbers that when the two numbers being multiplied, the result is, or the product negative is negative 12. And when you add the two numbers, the result is negative 11. So the factors are negative 12 and positive 1. So negative 12 times 1, that is negative 12. Negative 12 plus positive 1, that is negative 11x. If we're going to combine this one, copy the sign of the bigger number, then subtract. So these are the two numbers. So our factors now is 3x, then the other factor, then here 3x. So why 3x both factors? Because we are going to divide this by 3. Okay, 3 times 3, that is 9. So 9 divided by 3, that is 3. So it will go back to the original leading term. Next, or original leading coefficient, I mean. So 3x, we will use the two numbers, minus 12. Here, 3x plus 1, then equals 0. Okay, so look at the numerators, the factors. So there is factor that we can simplify because there is, or the two terms has a common factor. So what is the greatest common factor between the two terms? This one, 3 is a common factor. So we have 3x divided by 3x. Negative 12 divided by 3, that is negative 4. Then 3x plus 1, copy. Then divide by 3, tak, tak. So that is equal to 0. So we cancel 3 divided by 3. So that is equal to 1. So we have x minus 4, then 3x plus 1 equals 0. This is 1. Now this is already written in factored form, so we can proceed by applying the zero product property. So x minus 4 equals 0. Then 3x plus 1 equals 0. So we have x is equal to positive 4. Then the other is 3x. We will transfer the constant to the right side. So this becomes negative 1. Then divide both sides by 3. So negative 1 divided by 3. So x is equal to negative 1/3. Now let us check if the two values of x can really satisfy the given quadratic equation. So the two values are x is equal to positive 4 and x is equal to negative 1/3. So we will check first when x is 4. So we have the given is equation is 3x squared minus 11x equals 4. So we will substitute net 4 to x. 4 squared minus 11 times 4. Is it equal to 4? So 3, 4 times 4, that is 16. Then negative 11 times 4, that is negative 44. Is it equal to 4? 16 or 3 times 16. I'll show you. That is 16 times 3, 18, carry 1, 3 times 1, that's 3 plus 1, 48. So this is 48. Then 44. Is it equal to 4? 48 minus 44, that is equal to 4. Is 4 equal to 4? Yes, equal. Another, how about if x is negative 1/3? So we substitute 3 times negative, wait, that is negative, so 3 times negative 1/3 squared minus 11 times negative 1/3. Is it equal to 4? So we have 3 negative 1/3 times negative 1/3. So that is 1 positive 1 over 9. Then negative 11 times negative 1/3, that is positive 11 thirds. So is this equal to 4? Then 3 times 1 over 9, that is 3 over, no, we can reduce this. We will reduce this 3 over 1. So we have reduced this 3 divided by 3, that is 1. 9 divided by 3, that is already 3. So that is 1 times 1, that is 1. Then 1 times 3, that is 3. Then plus 11 thirds. Is it equal to 4? So we are adding similar fraction. So 1/3 plus 11/3, that is equal to 12 over 3. Is it equal to 4? Yes, because 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So 4 is equal to 4. Correct. So the solution of the given quadratic equation 3x minus 11x equals 4 are 4 and negative 1/3. And now class, to practice more, please try this out by solving these quadratic equations by factoring. I hope this video is a big help to you in learning the lesson. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.